Hey guys, and welcome to the Blind Way Podcast Special Edition, where we are ranking bad movies.
Yep.
Not just any bad movies, but bad movies that we watched as part of our bad movie group, of which we have some more representatives today than we did last time. I'm Rick.
I'm Maggie.
I'm Lessa.
I'm Jake.
Ow.
Yes, indeed. Bad movies are best movies, as we all know. And we have already ranked quite a few of them, but we still have many, many, many more than this left to go. Probably not going to get through them all today. If you haven't heard of the movie, you're in luck, because we're also going to be watching trailers to them as well, so you get an idea of exactly what we're talking about. Before we begin...
Fair warning, though. Some of the trailers might not have the nicest things shown.
I think I screened them all. I don't believe there's any
Last time
nudity
there was definitely
left.
some boobies.
Don't think.
I'm pretty sure I saw some during a trailer. I was like, oh geez.
There is a chance that some of these slip through. They kind of live off of, certain tropes. And one of the universal rules for bad movie night is if there's nudity, you drink.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drink water.
Yes, water,
Yes.
because otherwise you might die.
Anything actually offensive in movies, you drink water because it's sobering. Anything that's just funny, you drink whiskey or drink of choice.
Yeah, basically.
And at the end of the night, you end up just kind of sick.
Yeah.
Which is proper.
Even me, who I don't drink, I end up sick because the movies are so bad.
That's how you know they're working.
Yep. So either you're sick under your own weight or the movie does it for you. We all suffer in the end equally.
Suffering is the point.
It is.
But, it tempers you for the real world.
Yeah, I've seen so many situations that I've seen in bad movies happen in the real world. Like when two mostly
Like when I
naked
had to have
men
neck
thunder down
surgery.
a road with weapons over their heads.
Like when I had to have neck surgery, and also Battlefield Earth causes neck problems in people, and therefore it should be moved to a different category.
Well, yeah, Lessa and I have a united front. The
Yeah.
Battlefield Earth, we are told we get one opinion on this. Battlefield Earth is just offensively bad. It's so long. It drags.
So it's not that long. It just feels long. It's under 2 hours.
That's actually worse because it feels like it's 2.5
Okay.
minimum.
It's long, but since you have to watch it like this, it's at an angle, so it's actually more like really long.
Where will you
once you
see a
straighten it out.
movie, like other than Dune? Where will you see a movie that like forces most of the characters to have things up their nose? Weirdly,
You're not helping.
for like the whole movie. And then you get to watch them like speed read how to fly a jet.
John Travolta's performance alone makes it great.
Yeah, no one will ever remember the main
Oh,
character.
no, it
because
belongs
he's so
in
blank.
this, but it just belongs in the offensively bad category.
Are you going to put it in the same category as another John Travolta movie that we might talk about later today?
I am fine
Really,
with
you
this.
think that's just
He
as
can-
bad, Lessa?
He can take two.
Seriously.
I will concede that it at least just needs to be bad boring, because at a certain point I'm just like, when is this movie over? Because it's been 4 hours and we're 45 minutes into it. Seriously, it's like they figured
Time
out
is
time
relative,
distortion
and that movie
they
hurt
used
me.
it in the worst humanly possible way.
At what point do we just say this is your own fault because you deigned to not drink?
If we're going that route, then we might as well upset this entire category.
Like,
Yeah,
the fact that there's a drinking rule is to make sure that we survive to the next bad movie.
Look, I have made a personal choice to be sober. I should not be punished for this.
It's a personal choice. Agreed.
So we have a lot of movies to get to. Where would you put it?
I'm
I still think it's so bad it's good.
I'm okay just bad boring.
I'm okay with just bad boring. I need to take one rank away from it.
But nothing in Just Bad Boring we would ever rewatch. And
Where would you put it,
I would
Maggie?
never
rewatch Battlefield Earth.
Like,
I would never rewatch
Where would you rank
Battlefield
it?
Earth.
I have medical reasons.
so bad it's good because we do rewatch it because it's so bad.
All right.
That is your fault.
There is a tie. So it stays where it is.
Damn you. Chat, why didn't you help?
This is offensive.
California sober.
That's actually true now that I left my old job.
Agreed.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to the first of our options with a trailer for Double Trouble.
Oh boy.
Good pinball music right at the start.
Terrible logo.
When David J became a cop, he was ready for the danger.
You ready for the danger zone?
Ready for the violence. The only thing he wasn't ready for
Oh, I love the crop sweater.
Peter.
was his twin brother.
They're so comically large.
so silly.
Come on, man. This isn't funny.
They
Like,
grew up on opposite sides of the law.
Keep going.
Or a hell of a cop.
My muffiny brother.
You're a hell of a liar.
Peter, do you ever tell the truth?
Not if I can help it.
But now they've joined forces.
This is your new partner.
Scotty.
No way.
Paycheck
This
time.
way.
To crack the crime of the century.
International Diamond Exchange.
like the suit looks so ridiculous on him.
David Carradine.
David Carradine.
billion with a B. And give the underworld a dose of double vision.
With a B.
The reason why that Jeep didn't flip is because one of those steroid brothers was sitting in the driver's seat.
The Barbarian Brothers.
Jump sounded like
Welcome, Dave.
Look at this.
Starring
Action.
David
He just
Paul,
said, book 'em
Peter
below.
Paul,
Good.
Roddy
He
McDowell,
did?
David Carradine,
McDowell.
Troy Donahue, Star Trek's James Doohan, and introducing Colin Burnson. Double Trouble.
Man, how'd you like this to be your introduction?
do look alike. Shut up, Whitney.
Distributed by Columbia TriStar Home Video.
All right. Double Trouble.
Is that memorable enough for you?
I remember it.
Yeah.
I've
I
seen that at
remember
least
that
3
one was
times.
fun.
That
Yeah, I
movie's
think that
so
one's
much
fun.
That one
It-
was uplifting at the end. I didn't feel.
Yeah, I didn't feel pain.
Yeah.
Just watching the two of them just be so bad, but they're
Limp
so
around.
comically large. It's like funny enough in its own.
It
but,
is.
like,
It is. Just
doesn't
filming them
bother
going
me.
about their daily life, like watching them go to the grocery store, would probably be just like,
Yeah, like
that's ridiculous.
And the best part is that they managed to somehow fit in these strength moments in the movie so many times where it's like I'm catching one of those, you know, TV
satellite
dishes
yeah.
that people used to have in their backyards. And it's why? Or like, oh, we're going to hang out in this room and talk for a bit. Obviously, I need to get some reps in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't think the sweater's cropped. He's just too big.
I think that's a normal sweater.
I don't think
It just only goes down to here.
Yeah, his shoulders are just too big, and he
Be-
didn't bother going to like the big and tall store. So like that's my headcanon is he's just that large. It's a normal
Yeah.
sweater. It would fit me fine. He's just like this.
Come down to your knees.
And it makes it so much funnier because then his other brother's in the suit that is so also ill-fitting.
It's so big.
So I think it's so bad it's good for me.
Mm.
Yeah. It was a happy movie.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It is very good. It's also very accessible for introducing people to.
Yeah, lots
Yeah,
of action.
It doesn't have a lot of the turnoffs that some of the bad movies do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not like never do I watch it and be like, ooh, that didn't age at all.
Yeah.
All right,
Like,
we've
it
seen
might
it
have
once.
some-
Next time we'll speed through this part.
Very few bad movies can also be child friendly, and these two guys are like cartoonishly,
Yeah.
goofy.
They're
and
like
such.
like Hulk Hogan movies, sort of like PG.
Honestly,
friendly,
it's
sort
like Johnny Bravo if Johnny Bravo is bad.
of. Yeah.
I was gonna say Red Brown level of like wholesome.
And they've got some charisma to them, I think. I think there's some like
They do. They're
genuinely
absolute
funny moments in
goofballs.
the movie that are supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Um,
I do maintain that
Big silly
they are
puppy dogs.
barbarian, like they're the barbarian brothers in wrestling. Two barbarians also could walk on set and act as well.
Wait, they weren't in wrestling. They were just bodybuilders. Weren't
Were they just
Yes.
bodybuilders?
Yeah.
Okay. Still,
You could tell because
They
like
have-
they couldn't
they have
actually
less.
bend their arms very far because they're giant biceps.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a big tell.
Yeah, they're not as athletic as actual wrestlers. That's true.
Yeah, we didn't actually see them
Can't bend
running
very much.
anywhere, just
No.
driving places.
No, it's like everything that they do is like within a couple feet, so they don't have to move.
But that's just fine because, we spend most of the movie just staring at them anyway.
Yeah.
Because, oh my gosh, those bodies work?
It's like they're wearing like ski jackets, but they're filled in with meat.
All right. Well, Double Trouble. Congratulations on making it to So Bad It's Good. Moving on to the next one, which is a superhero movie, which I know a lot of people in chat like. But maybe they haven't seen 1994's Fantastic Four. So let's take a look.
I had to find, like, the worst VHS rip of this.
What else?
That Thing makeup is legitimately good, though.
It's not bad.
And I love this Dr. Doom.
He is amazing.
And, like... And the Mr. Fantastic is
Microsoft
amazing,
word
too.
art.
I don't like the word art, yeah.
PowerPoint presentation.
The diamond is not for sale at any price.
Dream.
Honestly,
All the
this,
music in this.
this thing, like, effects isn't that far behind from the 2000s Michael Chiklis thing.
As dreams are made on.
The one guy to get a speaking line in the trailer was the freaking jeweler who didn't freaking matter at all.
Yeah. Side character that did nothing, was there for maybe a minute or two.
Okay, Lessa. What did you think about that movie?
Having watched it, I remember it being like really kind of sweet, actually. Like, yeah, you could tell the budget was about $3 and a lot of volunteer work.
Yeah.
But it's like I think people had a good time making it. You know how you can kind of feel that coming through. I don't know.
Jake?
I think it had a lot of heart to it. But yeah, it was definitely bad movie and goofy.
This might be wild to say. This is definitely not the worst Fantastic Four movie.
It is the
it's
best.
Like, I don't know if it's better than the first, like, of the Fox ones, because that one's also cheesy and has some heart. But, like, it's better than the 2015 one, that's for sure. It might be better than Rise of the Silver Surfer. It's honestly better than I ever expected it to be by, like, miles.
The thing is, Roger Corman knows how to tell a story, and just because they kept giving him $7 and then he made a movie with that and came in under budget, like he can still tell a story to the audience.
So,
And-
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know that.
No, I think it's
I appreciate
legitimately
that.
top 10 in superhero movies ever made.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, like the
Bad
script, the characters, it's all just charming.
Yeah,
Makes me
it is.
feel the
That's
way reading an old
charming.
Fantastic Four comic makes me feel. Like it just has that tone. And they feel close and like a family. Just hits all the notes for me.
It's the most wholesome of bad movies.
Now, you know, some of the special effects don't hold up. The
No.
thing looks great, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
And Doctor Doom looks good, too.
the Human Torch,
Oh,
I don't remember the Human Torch that
Oh,
much.
no. Can you find just
I
a
mean, the
video of
invisible
Human
effects
Torch
worked pretty
for
well.
him?
I remember.
I'll give my opinion while you do that.
I
try.
do think it's not great.
The Fantastic Four movie made by Roger Corman is legitimately really good, in my opinion. It hits so many emotional beats that none of the other Fantastic Four movies have ever done. Like it hit into. Oh yeah, here it is, Jake.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah.
Washing
I
machine
remember- I
time.
remember.
There's a reason they didn't show a lot of Human Torch in the trailer.
Yeah. You know, they tried.
They did. I can tell it's supposed to be the Human Torch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not for a '94 movie with a, like Lessa said, with a budget of
This
somewhere
is-
between $2.50
Okay,
and $3.
But we should also say,
Not the
when did The
worst.
Mummy come out?
99.
Exactly.
But The Mummy had like a trillion times the budget this did.
Exactly.
This isn't that far removed from that live action Ben 10 movie I watched.
Or the special effects in The Mummy 2.
The Mummy 2 is trying to do something new though,
Yeah, no one had ever done that
but
before.
they're awful. It is awful. The first Mummy had genuinely good. We just rewatched it the other night.
I actually watched it on my day off that one day too.
I think I love the actors in this Fantastic Four. The Doctor Doom is good. Like, I like him. He's like super intelligent and such, and he sounds like Doom.
Yep.
And he looks like Doom. It's perfect for that. They spent money in the places they really needed it. With the Thing, they got him great, and they hit his like emotional story beats really smartly. They had a moment of like having them all together and being like, guys, like we're weird, we're different, we're messed up. Like there's a moment of like them realizing body horror, kind of, and it's like this deep moment that is actually processed in the movie, and I don't think any Fantastic Four has ever like gotten into that. And they're just, it's the one thing is the age difference in like the
Reed
girl.
and Sue.
Yeah, Sue and
Sue's very young, and Reed is
very young.
not.
yeah, like the first scene with them, she's like maybe 13, and he's
yeah.
like
No,
got
she's
the
not that
gray
young.
or something. That's a little weird.
I don't think the age difference is too much, but for those people who aren't aware, this movie was never actually released.
No, it wasn't, and it was so sad.
Yes.
You should watch the behind the
I think
scenes
it was made
of like all
just
this
to
stuff.
hold on to the copyright.
Yep.
And none of the
They
actors
handed
knew.
that off to Roger Corman, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a good time
that's
doing
kind of
this."
what happened recently with Sydney Sweeney and Madam Web. When she was cast, she was under the assumption that she was cast in an MCU movie, not in a Sony verse Spider-Man movie.
But yeah, so unfortunately, no official releases of this one. That's why one of the reasons why that trailer is in such low quality.
It's like I counting the days till they give me like a good release of this, because I would 100% buy it. I
Definitely.
love this movie.
So where does it fall on the list?
Actually good.
Think it's on the same level as like a Batman and Action Jackson?
I mean, I've held
I think
for a
it
long
would
time that
require
Roger.
some explanation. If you were going to give this to somebody, I think you would need to explain it a little bit and give them some context.
Like I think it's maybe more on like a barbed wire level.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Personally.
average. I think it sits on the very high of so bad it's good, and the kind of low end of average B movie.
Yeah.
Maybe not even low end of that.
Because like Roger Corman, he's good at putting stuff together, and the places where they skipped out on like that could have used some more money thrown at it.
Yeah.
Are,
Like this isn't B, this is like D or F movie
Yeah.
in terms of budget.
But
Yeah.
like those moments when you see them, they're hilarious point of view shots where someone's hand is like going whoop at the camera, and it's adorable and funny, and it doesn't take you out of it. It's more like seeing a cosplayer who has put something really adorable and realistic into their costume, and then they show it off to you, like the wings open or something, and they're just so happy and excited. It's like that's what I see when I watch those scenes in the movie.
It makes me think if like One Piece live action was on PBS instead.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yes,
Didn't have the gigantic budget it had.
Yeah.
but it had the people enjoying like being those characters. 100%.
But yeah, and I think Maggie referred to it earlier, but there's also on YouTube some like behind the scene interviews of people who were engaged in the making of it. So some of the actors, but also the composer as well. And that's a fun but also sad watch.
It's because like they put their hearts into it, and that's one thing I think Roger Corman's really skilled at, finding people who put their hearts into their work, and putting all those people together.
I think he's very good at convincing people to like, let's just go ahead and make it and do our best and see where it goes.
Imagine if he was that good at getting people to give him money.
I honestly would love to have seen a Roger McCormick movie with like a reasonable budget and like
Pretty sure he
time.
made some. I just can't think of any. He
I
mostly
haven't seen
did
Those
any.
aren't the ones we
sub-million
watch.
dollar
Yeah,
block flicks.
$7 million being very generous.
I said, oh, did I say seven?
Sub-million.
Sub-million. Okay.
Sub-million,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right, so we good with average B movie tier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
good with that.
All right. Next one on the list is very exciting. It is Fatal Deviation.
I'm sorry.
I feel like I have not
You
seen
gotta
this
say
one.
it the way they do, Rick.
I tried.
Fatal Deviation.
I'm not paying you to sit around here on your arse smoking. Oh, boss.
You look bad, and that's not good.
Meet me tomorrow by the Seven Oaks.
Why?
Because I'm going to work with you.
Why would I want to work with you, old man?
Your father said that the first time I met him.
What do you know about my father?
The audio mixing on this trailer is so bad. It goes from quiet to so loud so quick.
He can hear it before it makes a sound.
Irish Cody Rhodes.
He can sense it before it
I don't know what
happens.
the song is. It's not in the movie, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Before you
And you hear
realize
the
he's
voiceover.
there.
I can't
Nope.
understand a word of it.
Not
No,
even a
just-
bit.
And
Charlie
he's the
Brown
last
adult
person
speak.
you'd ever expect.
Expect the unexpected.
In keeping with the ancient ways, there are no rules.
What if Bloodsport was in Ireland?
Welcome back, Seagull. How did it go in Hong Kong?
Everything is done.
Good. I have another little job for you. Change clothes.
Listen, I don't want him in this tournament, right?
And kill that mad monk. We don't want to look bad in front of Mike. We got to do our job.
Don't be lucky for someone else.
Now look here.
I don't think the girl needs help across the road.
Yeah,
Why don't you
Hamburglar.
Boy Scouts go and play in the woods?
You little.
Yeah, this music's not in it either.
No, certainly not.
What, they used half a second of it? Oh, they definitely couldn't license it, that's why.
But what about Nicola? We'll get her back.
You're very brave to be
It's not over yet.
They put a stinger at the end of the film.
Yeah. Gooch.
Experience on IMAX. That came.
Wait, what?
At the bottom there.
Wow.
They spelled
No way.
experience.
Yeah, yeah, they did. Amazing.
Yeah.
Experience.
Incredible.
It's in IMAX.
I
Spelled
don't
phonetically.
think I was there for that one. I don't remember this one at all.
Bloodsport.
So you
but
never got
in,
to see
like,
a naked man
an
jumping
Irish shed.
into a tub some distance down the road. By the way, it was also like the director, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so,
He got his butt out for it.
yes. Okay, I know who you're talking about now. But yes, like so many other great bad movies before it, this one is starring the same person who got the movie made. So he was a martial artist and wanted to break into films. Loved Jean-Claude Van Damme,
No.
as we all do. And decided to go on his own and make his own first movie to show people what he was capable of.
And specifically,
Launch him into stardom.
he also wanted to highlight like Irish martial arts and martial artists.
Yeah, no,
Which,
he
there's
filmed
nothing
it.
wrong with that.
No, it's wonderful.
Filmed it in
Yeah.
his hometown, and it's very sweet listening to some of them and their experiences on the movie. I don't believe it ever had a theatrical release. I believe,
It had a village release.
yeah, at least not in the United States, but it was a thing where you could order the DVD directly from him
Yeah.
for a time.
Done those.
Which, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's Bloodsport, but with no budget or people who knew how to make a movie.
Or
Yeah.
writing.
Bloodsport in the quaint Irish countryside.
Oh gosh. The guy that has like the most like actual charisma on screen is like the bad guy, of course. So at least they put him where he was needed.
Yeah.
But it's got some memorable lines, some great bad haircuts.
You make me look bad. That's not good.
I think it's worth noting for people who have not seen this film, this movie came out in 1998. That's what
sounds
that movie
right.
looked like in 1998. They definitely just shot for the moon with what they had.
And
VHS.
100%, you watch this movie, you realize the whole village was in on it. they literally had like a scene in a bar. Everybody in the village is packed into that place. Everybody got their faces on camera. It's adorable.
Yeah.
It's like if we made one in Marietta and like everybody showed up
It's
to
like
be an
if-
extra.
It's like if we made one in Lowell.
Yeah.
It's got a ton of charm. I think it's so bad it's good.
It is definitely so bad it's good.
The trailer felt that way. For me having zero memory of it, I could have watched it and it just didn't
Those
stick.
weird old
Blended
guys
into
in
the
robes.
rest.
Yeah, because we have watched so many that some of them have
Bad
blended
movie
in.
night definitely has sort of an amnesia like
Quality.
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's our first one on this list that was shot on video as well, which is
Apparent.
yes.
Just like the bad sound design and like sound engineering in it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Bad Ben and Arthur would have been as well, I think.
No, those were shot on security cameras.
Yeah, those are digital.
Those are digital. How dare you say otherwise?
I don't know if Nigel Bach can afford digital security cameras.
I watch his live streams. I'll have you know. The man's legit. And he's got 2 dogs.
Look, I'm saying it now. I'm gonna do it this year. I'm doing a Bad Ben group watch in Discord for Halloween.
Hell
So
yeah.
anyone that's here, make sure you're in Discord. It's coming this Halloween.
We're gonna start at number 1 and end on number 13.
No.
We're not. I'm not putting them through 9
We're not putting them through that.
or the animated one.
Are you gonna
no,
do-
we don't have to do the animated one, but
The
just
animated
like
one's just offensive.
yeah.
That
You
was
should
just
do a
offensively
marathon and you can't stop until everyone leaves.
Oh, that's good.
Do I have to restart if everyone stays?
Oh, that's good.
Maybe.
Look, if I
You're
get
a
paid for
mod.
it, I'll do it.
You can kick people out.
I can.
Look, we just need some bots to sit in here, so I just get paid forever from now on.
I believe that people will stay just to hurt me.
I would.
Adam, you shush. I see you
Did
in
you
there.
realize Evie would watch every single movie
Oh, I
with
know.
you, and then watch them again as soon
Just
as they
fall
were
asleep
over?
on the tablet.
Yeah.
Grow up absolutely warped.
I promise I'll do one. I can't promise a marathon that will physically injure me will happen, but I'm not throwing it out.
Oh,
Is that a workers' comp claim?
We got to work out those details before Halloween.
Nah. I'm almost tempted to put Fatal Deviation and Cream of the Crap because I love it so much.
it is so good.
It is so good.
It's so quotable.
I think
Honestly, I was impressed with the martial arts that was in it.
he is a top tier martial artist.
Yeah.
No one else
That
is.
part was
No,
shockingly good.
And everybody that like has to take a kick from him, he's very careful with him. I don't think he injured anybody, except maybe that one guy that
That
fell
tells
over
you how good
backwards
he
just
is.
because he fell over. Remember the wall?
yes.
Someone might have hit their head pretty hard, but how could you tell in the 90s in Ireland?
You can't tell with that video quality. It's fine.
There's probably enough grass beneath his head. I'm sure it's fine.
Man, that's
So much fun.
that's a tough one. Yeah, I might put it up here.
I'd be okay with
I think
that.
it's on the same level as like a
I
chopping
would go
mall,
back
maybe.
and watch it again.
Absolutely.
So that definitely
I mean,
elevates it.
the trailer makes me want to watch it. As
Well-
long as it's with a group of people that are okay with me just
Oh,
being
yeah,
like,
you
this is so fucking
you
dumb.
don't go into these alone.
yeah,
We'll have to make that happen.
Ever.
Cream of the Crap tends to be stuff that is so good that we spend our lives looking for these movies. But
So-
they're
so,
also
like-
so special that we can't necessarily show people them first.
Exactly. You
You have
start
to
them
build
off
up a
on their bad
resistance.
movie journey with like the small things
Yeah.
in order to get them to watch things like Neil Breen.
Yeah, we start
And
them
then
off
once
on
they've watched that, that's the end goal. You're done. They're in the cult.
Yeah, once you get to
They're
Neil
on the
Breen,
FBI
then,
watch
then
list.
They're on they're on an FBI watch list, and 2, they're numb inside.
All right, well, congratulations to Fetal Deviation and the
Fatal Deviation.
and the
Fatal
country of
Deviation.
Ireland. For
It feels offensive to say it that way, kinda.
It's the way they say it.
I'm
It's so
I'm
funny.
sorry
It's just
for
so cute.
butchering your language or your accent.
I'm very excited because the span of enjoyment in these next two
Oh, I looked at the next 2 and I'm
Back to
just
back.
so happy.
is steep. So let's go ahead and get to
Oh no.
another Neil Breen.
Oh, look, do you see that play bar, like, where it's been played the most?
All right, everyone in chat, if you were not here for the last bad movie ones, this is the this is the worst of the worst when it comes to bad films right here. This is some of the top of it.
Any of Neil Breen should
Yeah,
simultaneously exist in all the categories at once.
Yeah.
My second favorite ending in all film. This movie.
All of
That is
film.
the most insane thing to say.
So messed
Hopefully
up.
we won't be seeing that in the trailer. But
This man has
We'll
seen
see.
7 Samurai.
mm,
He's seen so many Hayao Miyazaki movies. He's seen, like, The Godfather.
He's seen any other movie.
He's
That's
seen
where you need to stop with it. Your point has been made. Rick's broken.
all right, here we go.
My thing is how much of the
Oh my god!
lightheaded.
No more books.
Oh, okay.
Even a poem.
I think we can stop it there.
Others
but-
want to take this
Okay.
from me.
He's writing about
government secrets.
I knew I loved you when I was 8 years old. All this time, I haven't been working on my next book. I've hacked into the most secret government and corporate secrets.
Oh yeah, this is
Special
when he starts,
effects.
Yeah, this is when he starts to learn special effects.
I'm using it to make a real difference.
Oh.
All right, that's enough.
I'm going to
This actually shows the ending, though, doesn't it?
I don't want to
Some-
spoil.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't want to spoil anymore.
Oh,
Neil Breen is on another level
He is.
when it comes
He's the end boss.
to filmmaking. One of the all-time greats. There's
yeah,
no comparing.
contest.
Huh?
Cream of the crap.
yeah.
Absolutely.
It's so fascinating to watch his movies and try to put
Make
yourself
sense
in a
of the-
mind space to where any of the decisions made make sense. It is like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube from the inside.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's simultaneously cream of the crap and, like, offensively bad. It's like the jokes that you keep doing and they get bad and then they get
good
funny again. It does that, but, like, multiple times.
Within the same second. It's like
Yes.
switching back and forth.
It's like mental whiplash, but it's so fast you don't realize you're getting whiplashed until the end.
Uh-huh.
It nothing compares of all the bad movies
like-
I watched. Nothing compares to the Neil Breen.
It's like watching something that just passively gives you a concussion.
Yeah, yeah.
I have good news for everyone in chat. At least Aaron and Eric have never seen a Neil Breen movie. They pop up in Patreon polls and beyond polls from time to time. They have not yet won.
We have to
Get those
spread
votes on
Neil
them.
Breen.
Yeah,
We have to spread the word.
we at least need to have Double Down get done, just so they understand the tuna reference.
And his newest movie is currently resting on the island of our kitchen
It is?
because he had to
In a
send it
place of
directly
honor,
to our
I'm
house.
sure.
In
Yeah,
a place
he
of
knows your
honor.
address,
He
Maggie.
knows our address.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I know his.
and we know
That's,
his.
that,
Oh no, we know
there's
his
no way
shell
you're as
address.
much of a threat as he is to you.
I'm
You do
okay
not
with
know
you
what
reviewing
moves
my
he's going to
address.
make.
No.
Oh. One of these days, there's gonna be a poll where it's just Neil Breen movies.
Just force Patreon to make a bad choice.
We need people to make like fake posters for them, and then we can like
You can
sneak
crew
them
pick it.
in.
I'm
Oh,
not
that
voting
looks
for a
really
Neil
neat.
Breen
That's really
movie.
neat.
Put them on the list. Ban them.
I mean, once you watch these films, you are on a list. Absolutely. Like, the internet tracks them. The government knows. You're watched.
I can't trust anybody that hasn't seen a Neil Breen movie.
But I can't
They're
trust people who
part
have.
of the problem.
your
They're
list
part
of people you trust is very, very small.
They're part of the
Eyes on
government
Breen.
conspiracy.
Yeah,
That's
I
hilarious.
cannot praise Neil Breen in his films enough.
And he
Or
keeps
deride
making
them
them,
enough.
and they're still good.
Oh, they're still.
He keeps learning more
Yeah,
things to do.
he
More
learned-
things to do,
He
weirdly.
learned how to put assets in front of the layer of his film. And he learned how to cut and paste. And
Oh, that is a good point also, Casey. You can go to blindwave.com/recommendations and add any of these movies that you want to your 3 recommendations. Anyone can do that. That's not a Patreon or Beyond thing. You just
It
make
will
a
protect
free
your
account
identity.
on the site, and you can vote for up to 3 movies. So why not give one to Neil Breen?
I have one for Neil Breen.
As do I.
I have doubled down on my recommendations on the website.
Wouldn't it be great if you added like a secret 4th
Category.
recommendation for every single person except made it invisible to them and just put a Neil Breen movie? So like,
Just make it so that when they vote for one, they can't unvote for it.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's
fraud.
sticky.
Voter fraud.
Oh no, you
All right.
you can't change this.
So for the next one, we're going from like as independent as you can be to, I believe, a feature Hollywood film.
Eesh.
Oh, I'm struggling to.
Let's
turn-
see which one brings us more
Oh,
joy.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
fucking!
He's dynamic. Oh boy! He's the big dog
Dex the detective is back in the house.
that always runs to the rescue.
I still got it.
Charlie Sheen is Dex.
When in doubt, do the right thing.
With Hilary Duff,
Listen, tough guy, doesn't mean that I couldn't kick your butt.
Eva Longoria,
I've got a hot case for you.
Wayne Brady,
I'm your best friend, Daredevil Dan.
and Christopher Lloyd, the super sleuth, is about to tackle
They're building an entire army.
his biggest
Hillary,
killer.
why?
I do have an idea.
It's our food.
I love this guy.
It's a battle between the world's most beloved brands and the forces of
You're also
darkness.
the
Everyone will be there. Charlie the Tuna,
Watch the tail.
Mrs. Butterworth,
Take that!
Mr. Clean, and Twinkie the Kid.
It's checkout time.
Great idea.
Food Fight.
Do you remember how amazingly beautiful Shrek was when it first came out? We were like, look at the individual blades of grass and look at Fiona's hair. Look at their skin. It actually has like, it's beautiful. And, this
That-
has so many big names that it's like, this is so bad. I actually hate these actors a little bit because they were in it. Even someone like Christopher Lloyd.
Yep.
They were at least big names for the time, certainly.
So the backstory for this, our personal backstory.
Yeah, the personal backstory is this is one of my proudest moments in the bad movie night. So Rick is the expert at this and knows most of the bad films, so he has a curated list. But other people can bring their recommendations and they will be considered and probably watched just because we're bringing something new to the table.
Yeah.
This was what I brought. And the amount of hate that I got at the end of this film because it is so gloriously bad.
Maggie was particularly salty.
Yeah, Maggie was very mad. I think Maggie is still angry to this day. And it's been several years.
This movie makes me angry. It feels like such a freaking cash grab, and there was so little effort put into it.
Even the poster here, like the main character is this little tiny dude clear in the background, but like the tuna fish mascot, he's right up there.
The real star is capitalism.
Yes.
The real star is capitalism, and Charlie Sheen just not giving a fuck.
Why would he?
Seriously, he probably recorded all of his audio while laying face down in his bed,
Probably.
drinking tiger blood. Or
I would
whatever
hope
it
so,
was.
because this is a travesty.
So I can
of a
excuse him slightly, but the rest of them, Hilary Duff,
like trying to make a name for herself. Like, oh, I get to do a feature film. Oh, honey.
No.
Oh, baby girl. No.
It makes me hate the Emoji Movie less.
So honestly, that's a good point.
That's an amazing
anyone that
point.
talks about how bad like modern day, like this movie's garbage, it came out and it's trash. No, you just don't know what trash is.
There's
The
a
movie you
whole
watched-
nother layer.
Yeah, the movie you watched is like okay or bad.
It might be a
There's,
1
like-
or a 0, but like, dude, there's negative numbers.
Yeah, they get so much worse.
We can
Food
go
Fight's
deeper.
so bad. It's not even clever in any way. It's not even clever in any way.
But is it bad enough to be good?
No. You
I
watch it.
enjoyed
It's just
watching
bad.
it.
You just watch it and you're like, oh.
But did I only enjoy watching it because Maggie was sitting next to me?
Yes.
And I was
You
able to
watched me
feed
the whole
off from
time.
that.
She was peeking her mic so much that evening. It was hilarious.
Yeah, this is maybe the worst.
It's
Up
tough
there with
because
the worst films we've ever seen.
it's
Yeah.
one of the few on this list I haven't seen more than once. So I can't love it that much.
Offensively bad.
I
for
don't
me.
want to see it again. I don't want my child to see it. I don't want my husband to see it again. I don't want any of you to see it again. I don't want to even give this movie a platform on this stream.
I'm sitting somewhere between offensively bad and so bad it's good, only because of the reactions other people give.
Yeah, but that's because you feel like you are inflicting
Yes,
the pain.
yes.
If I had brought this as a suggestion,
it would sit only in offensively bad.
Yeah.
No, this is a just of me opinion based on the amount of pain I've inflicted with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that nobody's going to watch it with me ever again means it's going to stay in offensively bad because I can't enjoy that delicious, delicious hate ever
Mhm.
again. Now, if somebody wants to be very in a lot of pain and angry at me for maybe the rest of their lives, I will ruin your life and watch this with you.
But it has to be on video because Jake has to get his goodies in.
Mhm.
To be able to watch you
have to see the tears.
Or at least open mic
Yeah.
so I can feel and hear
It's
how
just,
bad it is.
It's bad. There's like no step of the process where it looked like any actual skill went into it.
Nobody cared.
There was no good writing. There was nothing. It was bad.
All right.
Yeah, that was a rough evening.
So does it live
Offensively
in
bad.
offensively bad next to Deck the Halls?
Yeah. I think that's a fair place for it.
Could it go below Deck the Halls?
I think it's worse.
I mean, bam.
Hey.
Good job.
All right, the next one. Can't remember who picked this one. It is a recent movie, relatively speaking, called Freaky. It's a long trailer. You might not watch it all.
Good morning. That's me, Millie. Ordinary, boring Millie.
I love your dress. I think I saw it at Discount Bonanza.
Okay, so I was never the most popular.
Homecoming's this weekend.
Booker is gonna be at the dance.
And boys never really noticed me.
Wow!
Honestly, if this was a horror movie, I'd be one of the first ones to get killed.
Cue the creepy dude in the mask.
Like I said.
Oh yeah. Now I remember it. It took me until then.
But actually,
Yeah.
it turns out
Where am I?
I didn't get killed.
Oh my god, why do I sound like that?
I woke up in the killer's body.
Yeah.
Field Butcher strikes again.
Remember now?
Yeah, I remember now.
I'm gay! We are so dead! Will you stop? It's me, it's Millie! Hail, Blissfield, high, feel our glory and our might.
All right. Probably enough. You get
Yeah.
the gist?
Freaky Friday with the twist.
Indeed.
Freaky Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one.
That one was
same one.
Yeah, it was kind of
great, like theme movies, like where it's like, oh, it's Thanksgiving time, or it's Christmas time, or Halloween. Like, let's watch a bit of a themed movie.
And I think it had recently released when we watched it.
I think we watched it, like the month it came out on at the time, HBO Max.
Yeah.
Now, Max.
Yep. Yeah, I think we were pretty quick to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. I think it also might have been October time, maybe.
Yeah.
What?
So it was thematic. We probably also came off just something real bad the last week. And was like,
I
you
think
know.
this was-
Palate cleanser.
I think this was a softball.
Yeah.
You know, where we kind of just gave ourselves a little toss to, you know.
It's like, at least this one will look okay.
Yeah.
we
It
need
was
something
filmed
we could
with modern
hear.
cameras, you know, with
Decent
some modern
sound.
sensibilities. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed this. I liked the script, the resolution. Like it's not the funniest movie I've ever seen. It's not the scariest movie I've ever seen.
It's not.
It was pleasant.
Yeah, it's like an average B movie.
Yeah,
I would say average B movie.
I think average
Yeah,
B movie is
100%.
fair for this. I thought it was entertaining to watch Vince Vaughn pretend to be a teenage girl, and
Yeah.
it was fun to watch
A girl
And I don't
be all
think they
murder
did
crazy.
too many like weird things with
Yeah,
that. A
like
grown
the-
man.
Yeah, he
pretending to
didn't
be
act like
a kid.
creepy that he was in a girl's body. He just still wanted to murder
Yeah.
because he was a psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think that's a. Honestly, I would suggest that movie to
A
people
palate
who like.
cleanser.
Yeah, I would suggest that movie to people who are like, I've seen a bunch of horror movies. I can't think of a new one. Like, give Freaky a shot.
Yeah. All right. Well, don't know if we would ever recommend this next one.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Wait. Did we watch this through and make sure that it doesn't have any of the
I
lengthy scenes?
I watched through all of these, and I have notes saying like when nudity starts, and this doesn't have that note, so it should be good.
That's incredible.
Those were the notes I made, and I didn't watch every single trailer because I was running out of time before the
Well,
last
then
one.
it's
Give it a
your
shot,
fault.
and we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Welcome to the biggest little movie ever made. Action, suspense, the thrill of a minute, romance, and some very funny moments.
Even the name just is painful.
A movie with many names, which is why you know it's good.
You just made a big
Hurts.
mistake. See, Sam? You see this? White powder. How about tolerating the goddamn justice system? Sit down! Does that blood?
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Who would wear a tracksuit to their wedding?
This court is now in session. You're smuggling drugs when you're a cop. Satan has guided us.
Oh, and there's the cult in it too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, there is.
honestly, I forgot everything about this film other than the one thing we were all concerned about with the trailer.
Yeah. It was the most starring moment.
These are like all of the scenes in the movie that don't involve nudity and a lot of really boring sex scenes.
Do that tourniquet thing. I'll be back.
The tourniquet thing.
Oh, the slow-mo. You love it.
Oh yeah, and the fire superimposed over things.
Yeah.
Will courage overcome corruption? Get Even, starring John Dehart, Pamela Bryant, William Smith, Wayne Hauser, and Elaine Young. Get Even.
Contact info in the trailer. Hell yeah. dude.
Roadrunner.com email. That's from a while ago.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since I've heard of Roadrunner.
You can still
Oof.
look up his house and rent it specifically for making movies. I think I even found it on Verbo once.
Oh no. That house had needs
Every
to be, like,
single surface in
cleansed.
that house needs to be just burnt.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine those tubs? Oh, the pipes are carrying syphilis.
So
Also known as Champagne and Bullets.
that's a much better name than Get Even.
Oh my gosh, it didn't have the singing in the trailer. Adam's right.
Oh, it didn't
Yeah.
have
the
the
It's-
horrible long
Oh, we escaped.
We did.
Chat, you're
We
lucky.
did.
full-length songs sung by the guy that did the voiceover, which like he sings in the same way he just spoke.
That's the main actor
Like
of the
he's
movie here on the
terrified.
poster.
And his face doesn't move. It's fine. But it's like
Yes.
So
So I'm pretty sure this
audio's
is one of the
horrible.
few films we fast forwarded through part of the film, right?
Yeah.
We skipped it.
Well,
Like I
good
fast
section
forwarded
of
through several large chunks. One was at least 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
It is another vanity project. So the gentleman here wanted to star
Black
in an action
tank
movie.
top on an older fellow.
Oh yeah, and
He's
it
got
has
the cop stash.
But this is like maybe the most offensive of those.
It's definitely a he wanted to do some uncomfortable things with some pretty women in some of those scenes,
and he wanted a reason to get away with it.
And he wanted to write it off on his taxes somehow.
Oh yeah, writing it off on his taxes is a big thing because that was his whole house too.
So yeah, there was, what was it, probably a 30-minute very boring softcore sex scene.
Yeah, there was several. I lost count.
It was substantial.
Like, yeah,
because they'd start the sex scene in the living room, and then they'd like cut, and we'd all be like, "Oh, thank God!" No,
it's over.
the
No, they just moved
tub.
it.
yeah. When boobs are on screen, and I'm like, "Please, can we skip this?" Something's wrong. You did something wrong.
It was so slow, even.
No, don't
Gosh,
do it.
darn it.
God.
But as a counterpoint,
Good idea. Good thinking.
No.
I hope you guys
You look
fucking
so
get
scared.
kicked off of Twitch because of this.
There's no way they have a copyright on this that they can enforce.
That guy's a lawyer.
They didn't pay for it. He'd have to maintain it.
Oh my gosh.
His eyes are so concerning. He's like staring at one spot.
He's reading the words of the song
No, he
wrote.
looks like he's gonna kill something. There's no fear in that
That's what
man's
his
eyes.
face looks like in the sex scenes too, people.
He's trying desperately to remember the words to the song he wrote.
Yes.
Oh God, oh God, oh God.
so there's definitely some uncomfortableness in this one, but there's also
The shimmy and the slide.
this shimmy and the slide,
If
which is at least 3 minutes.
Yeah.
and it's not even the only
that's
time
all right
they sing that
then.
song, nor the only song they sing.
Nope.
Ugh.
No,
Oh.
it's not.
And then I believe they play them all over the end credits, which is just his name over
I believe
and over.
so.
almost.
Yes, I believe that's the case. Yeah, it's a tough one because it doesn't have as many memorable moments to me as a lot of these movies in So Bad It's Good.
The end of it is pretty incredible.
Yeah,
That the very last, was it 5 or 6 seconds?
I don't remember.
I can't suggest a movie that I'm telling you to fast forward through so much of.
Yeah, like all
if
of
you
my
could
memory
just watch-
remembers the the high level of uncomfortability. I don't remember any redeemable qualities about this film.
Like that was the first movie where I was like, Rick, we gotta fast
So,
forward through
to
this. This
remind
is just
you,
ugh.
There was like a wrist rocket launcher and he blew up the bad guy.
Yeah, you're not
And
ringing.
then it cuts.
You're not ringing any bells there. I was already way checked out of this film by then.
Jake Breen turn off.
Yeah, I got 20 minutes of that sex scene right before
Ah,
we.
that
I
fuck
was just
this
like,
right
I'm-
protected.
Brain just went and died. Yeah, this is offensively bad to me.
It was rough.
I don't want to watch it again. I'm happy to have it under my belt, as it were, as like a comparison point.
Yeah,
But I'm never going to watch it again. Nor am I going to tell anybody else to do it.
I'm with you there.
It's only a rite of passage thing that
it's
one
either an
must.
offensively bad or just bad boring.
Ooh,
I'm pretty
that's a good
heavy and
question.
offensively bad.
like
The sex scenes,
The
Lessa.
sex scenes
They
definitely
sex scene is boring.
qualify it for offensively. But if I'm
Forever.
going to get
Sex
pushback,
scene is boring. Like you have to have fucked up in like some monumentous way.
they're very. I don't know.
The songs were bad.
shriveling Sort of sex.
Yeah, it has the opposite effect. It made me not want to have sex ever again.
Yeah.
I mean, it got over it, but like it was bad. Just looking at the bad and boring, like it's nowhere near as good as Crawl or Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
no.
No, Get Even is
I enjoyed
it's rough.
at least 50% of it.
You liked seeing the pinball tables in the background.
That was great. A highlight
And that was it.
for sure. Don't get me wrong.
A highlight, he says.
A
The background
highlight.
set of pinballs is a highlight. That tells you
Honey, we
everything
can
you need to
find
know, Rick.
pinball pictures in other things. You don't have to go through this.
No, and there wasn't even like.
That.
Look, if I ever want Blind Wave funding for me to do a film, I'm just gonna make sure that every background has like pinballs in it. And
So
Rick's
I
like,
want
okay.
to do an actual crime, but there will be pinballs in the background. Can I have some money for that? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Rick, can you remember a single line in the movie? No, you're not allowed to look anything up. From the movie, that was like one of those hilarious moments where it's like, "You're making me look bad, and that's not good," sort of thing.
Shimmy slide.
That doesn't count.
The line from the
That's
movie.
not a line. Something someone like actually wrote.
I cannot at this.
Yeah.
At this moment.
Yeah, because it's all, even the acted bits.
I can tell you the
boring.
plot.
Because
But-
you're reading.
And honestly,
No.
even the very end of it, it was mostly like, oh, finally something bad,
Something
exciting
happened.
bad happened, and then it ended, and it was the best part.
Yeah, it was the best because you didn't have to watch anymore.
It was like, oh, that was kind of fun, and now it's over.
You're more excited than it's
Such
over than the wrist
relief.
rockets.
Yeah.
That's why I suggest like it's something that I'm glad to have watched to put on my belt, but it's something that every person has to like make a choice to watch it.
I was aggressively playing with this fidget spinner throughout that whole experience with Get Even just now. That tells you how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
gonna break it.
Well, congratulations to Gideon. Offensively bad. The next one, we're going back in time to like one of the founders of the So Bad It's Good movies, I feel like. Or at least the directors of. This is Ed Wood's classic,
Oh.
Glen or Glenda, 1953.
Does it have sound?
Yes. Based on a true story.
It's got Pac-Man.
I don't think I was here for this.
He's not
Or
in it
Bella.
much.
Comes the major surgery, the removal of the man and the formation of the woman. A woman born at the age of 24.
A new life is begun.
The body of the woman within begins to appear now. The world is shocked by a person who changed his sex.
The world has a sex change,
Thus,
guys.
the strange case of Glen, who was Glenda, one and the same person. Not half man, half woman, but nevertheless, man and woman in the same body. He dares to enter the street dressed in the clothes he so much desires to wear. Glen is engaged to be married to Barbara. Glen's problem is a deep one.
Is this just
but
the whole movie?
He must tell her soon. She's begun to notice things. Soon she will realize. He learned that foreign doctors were doing marvelous work with a sex change. Man to woman, woman to man.
Say, did you read about the guy that had his sex changed to a girl? Says he was perfectly normal, too.
How can a guy be normal and go and do a thing like that to himself?
What about their children, Doctor? Would their children become the same way their father is?
I remember this one.
Glenda has made
Yeah.
the decision. If the newspapers had not gotten hold of the story, it would have gone untold, unnoticed as so many others in medical history. Why is
think
the
that's probably
modern
enough.
world shocked?
All right.
I think this movie is a time capsule.
Yeah, that's what it asks a question, and it's definitely set back in the 50s.
Yeah. But it was a really I don't know how to describe it exactly.
It's executed very poorly,
Yes.
but I think its heart is partially in the right place.
I was gonna say, how
Yeah.
offended am I supposed to be at this? Because I feel like the start of it is there. Like,
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of
Oh, yeah.
red flags.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Like there's so many bad takes in the movie itself.
Yeah.
But it's also so old. You're like, this is stuff we shouldn't forget existed. This is
If I recall correctly, I don't think the movie itself was condemning anything, and I might be wrong.
Well,
I might be remembering it because we watched this a while ago.
So the movie is very strange.
It's very
It
strange.
does set up the guy as being like crazy.
Like-
Yes, it definitely frames it that something is wrong with this man.
Like the devil makes an appearance.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Bela Lugosi
Satan.
is seemingly controlling the events of the movie from
Yeah,
an
that was
armchair
weird.
in front of a fireplace.
He's like, I'll do your movie, but I'm not moving from right here because I'm comfy.
It's a bewildering
Not
experience. There is positive messaging in the movie, and I think that's the movie's framework, but it's made so poorly, I honestly can't tell.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of very uncomfortable stuff in it, especially going back to it today.
When we watched
it genuinely feels like, grandma's trying.
Yeah,
Grandma's
She's
trying
trying
to accept
to
you.
understand.
It does feel kind of like that. And
Just don't kiss your boyfriend in front of grandma, please. Just to make everything go smoother, honey.
so this is directed by Ed Wood, who you may know as the director from Plan 9 from Outer Space and other fantastic movies. But also starred in this one. And I believe he himself was also a crossdresser,
I believe so.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So it was like semi-autobiographical in nature.
So like, I'm when we watched it, Evie watched it with us, and I remember I used it quite a bit as like a teaching tool to really like highlight to her, this is how anybody like that was slightly different was treated, and are still sometimes treated, and like, so as a teaching tool, not bad, and as a time capsule, not bad.
But as far as this list goes, largely I think it's boring.
Yes, it's just bad. Boring would be a very fitting place.
It's super weird.
It's very weird.
And those parts are great, but most of it, is just like narration over someone doing something not interesting.
Yeah.
And there's just not a lot to sink your teeth into.
Yeah, the Satan scenes were about the best as far as funny goes.
Well, Satan's always,
Satan's always
such a
good for a
pleasure.
laugh.
I could see it being inoffensive. It's certainly not handling the material well.
Respectfully at all. Or the people.
It's not very graceful.
No.
But it
was
also
asking
isn't
questions.
terrible.
Yeah, it was actually, like where other movies like would not even mention
condemn,
that
at
those
least
sort
this
of people
one was
exist.
asking questions.
This one's at least portraying them as humans.
Yeah, it's someone telling a story that's very important to them.
Mm-hmm.
Poorly.
Yeah. So maybe too weird to tell.
As far as the experience of it, too bad, boring. Because it was.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the thing I would say the most about it is
it was pretty boring.
Just too boring
if
to be
somebody
fun.
came to me on their own little bad movie journey and was like, I'm thinking about this one. What do you think my experience will be? And it would be, so here's some background on the movie, and it's going to be boring. You probably have a better time with another one.
All right, well, if we're ready to move on, we're going from boring to one of the most exciting on this list, I feel like. Action-packed, globe-trotting.
Did
It
you
is
skip Gorgo?
Gymkata. Did I?
I think you did.
I might have.
We'll do Gymkata first.
Yeah, we can do Gymkata first.
I don't have a trailer for Gorgo. Can you?
I can see if I can find one.
See if you can find one. That is not on my list.
I still think you guys need to have just a pommel horse in the background of your reactions. Just in case.
Think of the injuries that we
Just
would get
in
on
case
camera.
you're attacked.
All right, here we go. MGM.
His name, Kurt Thomas. His title, 3-time world gymnastics champion. His assignment, a secret mission for the United
He
States
looks
government.
slightly like
His
Richard Dean
only
Anderson,
weapon,
which I appreciate.
himself. And that's all he needs.
And talk about good form.
Combine the discipline.
Thank
Who cut
you.
this trailer?
Thank you for
And the power of gymnastics.
The village pommel horse.
the windmill defense.
And a new,
If any of you have a friend that does like gymnastics,
Gymkata.
you need
Kurt
to have them
Thomas
watch
becomes
this.
Jonathan Cabot. He must penetrate a mountain fortress to compete in an ancient savage
just-
ritual.
Those guys didn't pull the bows back at all.
They call it the game.
Oh.
They would break the props if they pulled them back
But
properly.
nobody wins. And nobody
This is just
lives
Resident Evil at this point, too.
until now. When gymnastics and karate are fused, the combustion becomes an explosion. And a new kind of martial arts superhero is born. Gymkata.
Gymkata.
I was there for this one. I don't remember it that well. I think I need a rewatch.
I've seen this one
It-
many,
it's
many
so
times.
good.
Already,
The
I'd
Village
say
of
this
the
is worth a
Damned?
rewatch. It is very goofy.
Oh, isn't there someone that just like is wearing a? I forget. There's someone that was just like throwing a cat out a window or something. There's just like crazy stuff happening.
You
in
could
that
edit this into an okay movie, but they chose to have this as the first action scene that they show.
Unnecessary flip.
Like,
There, yeah. Every action he does starts with a flip.
But yeah, starring an Olympic, I assume gold medalist, a gymnast, who, they decided, you know what? Make him into an action star. But don't have him do action. Have him do gymnastics.
Guys, can you imagine how much better this movie would have been? And I mean this 100%. Nothing against Kurt Thomas. If it had starred Kurt Angle.
He's not a gymnast.
But he has the charisma. And he's a wrestler.
He is a wrestler. Chat says same director as Enter the Dragon. I can see it.
We just watched Enter the Dragon like the other night.
Tremendous movie. This
That's
movie
probably
also
why it worked as well as it did, honestly.
also tremendous. You think by seeing that trailer, you know how weird that this movie's gonna get? You have no idea.
No. It gets weird in like the first 15 minutes, too.
It goes into some spectacular places.
I remember
terms
the
of
pacing being
befuddlement.
very weird, too.
Yeah.
Like, it would be very fast and exciting, and then it would slow down and be just boring, and you don't know what's going on, and then it would have an action scene again.
Yeah, it would have all of a sudden the whole village is in the pommel horse area, and we're flipping.
Yeah, and just some little random village off in the mountains of a made-up country is just like a thing that kind of is exactly like a pommel horse.
Yeah.
But it's really got it all.
It looked like the village in that Monty Python and Search for the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Remember the village that was just like mud everywhere, where they're like, "Bring out your dead." Exactly. That's what the village was like.
I'm not dead yet. Yeah, he is.
See that guy? He must be a gymnast. How can you tell? He wasn't covered in shit.
Just one of those movies you question every decision in every scene. Like, it doesn't seem like it was made by humans.
But like the guy that played the king, though,
Mm-hmm.
he's actually like a semi-successful actor, isn't he?
I don't know. It's been a while since I looked up anything about it.
Again,
he's supposed
the
to be
amnesia-like
supposed to be
quality
an
of Bad Movie
actor.
Night.
He's supposed to be a king in like this Eastern European, strange, maybe Kazakhstan, sort of like Asian
It is so hard
country
to tell because sometimes
somewhere.
it's definitely like.
And he sounds like he's from New Jersey or something.
It has.
And he looks like he's American.
It has a much worse martial artist in it than Fatal Deviation. But it is shot, and the movie is crafted much better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because as athletic as Gymkata Man is, he is not a martial artist.
No. But Gymkata managed to give us such beautiful shots as looking right down the taint when he's hand walking up the steps. Thank you, I guess.
Glad you can do that.
There's
I'd
quite a
rather
bit of that.
not witness it.
They even put it in the trailer because they loved that shot so much.
It's so impressive. I can't walk up steps with my hands. Makes the movie so impressive.
Where else could you see such things? The wonders. Take that experience with you to the grave.
Oh, every one of these is going to my grave, and I'm going to haunt Rick for it for eternity.
Gymkata is great.
Gymkata is
honestly,
great.
I feel like it's a classic bad movie.
Yeah, how good is it? Is it so bad it's good, or is it cream of the crap?
I feel like it would be required watching.
It's a place of honor, to be sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's at least as good as Chopping Mall.
Easily.
It's just Neil Breen is just on such another level.
Neil Breen, as I said, fits into all of these categories simultaneously. It is unfair to have him on this list.
Yeah, that's not one you can compare. Like, if your question is this as good as Neil Breen?
Yeah.
The answer is always no.
Yeah.
And yes.
And yes.
It's true. It is true.
Gymkata is pretty classic, though.
All right. I can't be too mad about that. Gymkata. Cream of the crap. Congratulations.
I would promote Bad Ben up there, too, if I had a vote.
Bad Ben.
The first one?
The first one? Yeah. I would consider that required watching for a bad movie enthusiast.
Oh,
the first one.
The first one.
The later ones, you at your own peril.
It's such a surprise as to how enjoyable it is.
The fact that we all quote it to this day.
We do.
And we know what we're talking about.
Bonus.
Yes. Like, if you ever hear me or see me type out bonus, it's only because of this movie at this point.
I can't remember
bonus
the last time we did this, if we were ranking like all Bad Bens together, or if it was specifically the first one.
Well, it's because there were several that we hadn't seen at the end, but we had seen quite a few of them, and I think we were doing them all together, and because the ones that towards the end, they kind of drop off and,
oh yeah,
greatness quite a bit.
If you're doing them all together, it honestly probably should go back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be just bad boring because the last one has a 30-minute sequence that you could cut out of the film.
Yeah.
And just
Which
be like,
I think is unfair. I
think
think we should divide them out movie to movie because the original Bad Ben is cream of the crap.
All right.
Yeah, I think Bad Ben 1 is cream of the crap.
Well, if we...
I'll take that. I can't kill Battlefield Earth, but...
If we get to another one of these,
make
we
Bad
might
Ben better.
bring some of the other Bad Bens in. But I could agree, I think. First Bad Ben is cream of the crap.
I sent you a Gorgo trailer on Teams. It's a little long, but we don't have to watch the whole thing.
Well, I don't have Teams open.
I think I can shut your...
Let me...
1961.
Yeah.
That top one?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. Let's do some
Can't
kaiju
believe we
action.
skipped this one in the
Yeah.
Godzilla.
With
I didn't know
Gorgo.
about it when I first started the Godzilla watch, I don't think.
Oh my gosh.
1961.
No motion picture of our time has ever unleashed shock spectacle of such scope and realism as up from the depths of prehistoric mystery rages Gorgo.
Gorgo.
The headlines of the world blaze the fabulous story of this monster.
Did he just
from
shove that
another age,
child down?
Yeah.
catapulted from some
That's
vast
most of the
sub-ocean cavern by unprecedented volcanic action. And the headlines scream the story of the reckless skin divers who captured the monster and put it on exhibition.
Sam! Pull out! Drop the nets! What do you think you're doing? Okay, take it easy.
Why are they trying to beat up a kid
Idly
constantly?
abusing a small Irish child.
Maybe to save their silly skins for you.
Hurry, hurry, hurry to see Gorgo.
But the headlines do not record the story of a
And
little
then-
boy who had a curious sympathy and understanding for the fantastic creature. What strange secret does he know that scientists only suspect?
You trying to say there may be a fully grown one of these things around somewhere? How big would a full-grown one be?
An approximate guess.
Did that man just open his
The
checkbook?
infant?
Oh, okay.
The adult.
Not even
That'll make it
close
nearly
to similar
200 feet tall.
skeletal structure. That's a hadrosaur, 100%. It's just,
that's
The
freaking
1950s
hilarious.
version of a hadrosaur.
yeah.
They only look good in claymation back then.
So, much like many of the movies of this era and of this type, the miniature work is the best. It's
Miniature work is
adorable. It's
so much fun.
cute. It's well done.
Yeah, like all of the ships look really good that are miniatures. The submarine scenes were fairly good.
If you see any
The
scenes with
cityscapes
American
weren't bad.
actors,
They went all
they're
out
gonna
with
be
the
bad.
destruction.
They're gonna be boring.
Yeah. This is another Irish film.
Yeah, Irish. Also, two of the more unlikable protagonists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like everything in the movie is their fault, pretty much, and they don't feel that too bad about it.
Yeah. And they just beat
And-
up that
and-
kid so many times.
And
We
they
even-
do. And the movie like
Movie
wants
didn't even
you
show it
to
all.
look at it like, aw, they're like his dads, but it's like they just kidnap him basically. They never really investigate where he came from or where he belongs. They're just like, you belong to us now.
Yeah.
You live in this trailer by the circus with the horrible monster.
By
living in it.
Gorgo.
Yeah, it's not as fun as a lot of the Godzillas and things like that.
It's
but
better than some of them.
It is better than
Better
some
than
of them.
Not
It's
a
true.
lot, but some.
It's probably the cutoff point. If it's worse than Gorgo.
Yeah. Like really, this is like Godzilla, like and King Kong. They just took the two storylines. They're like, let's make a movie out of this. Let's go to this where this creature is. Let's steal it. Let's put it in an attraction in London instead of New York.
Oh,
this
no.
time.
The thing
no,
happened.
Us taking a giant monster has repercussions because either it or, in this case, another one shows up. Oh no! It's those two movies mixed together, and it's super fun, especially as like the kaiju nerd I am.
Yeah.
I think this is
I
like
love
a
miniatures.
It's
so
always
bad it's
interesting.
good or average B movie to me.
It's definitely interesting seeing the kaiju format told from an entirely different culture's
The
perspective.
European
Yeah.
view. It's like we've seen the American view. It's, bad.
Well, at that point, we hadn't really seen an America. Like they did it before America did.
King Kong.
Well, yeah, but in terms of like, I guess kaiju technically is King Kong, but like a Godzilla
It's
clone.
like he was adopted into the kaiju.
He kind of technically created it.
He's a mammal.
Yeah.
Attack of the
Wickedy.
50-foot woman
upstart.
would have been fairly early as well.
Yeah. So this came out
That's
before
exploiting.
a lot of Toho monsters as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like only Godzilla and Anguirus existed.
Not Mothra?
Mothra was 62 or 3. Rodan was in the 50s.
What about Gamera? Friend of
Uh,
children.
Gamera was later, but there was other like off stuff. Like this was around the time like Ultraman came out. I think
Okay.
Ultraman was a couple years later. It's 66.
Roger Corman was filming iguanas and calling them T-Rexes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless that man.
Yeah, this is like only 2 Godzilla films existed at this point.
Okay.
So that wasn't actually a bad, copy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
No,
Yeah.
I think it's
What it was building on, it didn't do bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
when it's what it's framed next to and like what it had to like draw from, it did a really good job of
And
what it did.
isn't the end of Gorgo have that wonderful scene where it's just like a great big field and like army cars and little tiny, tiny men? And then they just blow them up and stuff?
I don't
Is that the one that ended that way?
I don't think so, because I think it ended like by
like
the edge of the
sweet.
sea. And,
Yeah.
Like
I think it had like
mom
a
and
sweet
baby walk off.
ending.
It was kind of sweet, except for like
The
the actual
I
destruction.
must
human
be
child.
remembering
No,
another.
the human child I think was okay.
Oh yeah, they were okay.
Must be
Yeah.
remembering another.
They were
one.
just still with the English, which couldn't have been good for him.
He should have gone with Gorgo.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Gorgo would have been such a better parent.
absolutely average B movie.
Yeah, if you are a kaiju fan, it is worth a watch.
100%.
If not, it might not win you over. All right, I believe, excitingly, this is the first one on the list which stars a wrestler.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah, it is Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Oh my
My
gosh.
boy, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
We watched this one again recently too.
I've watched it multiple.
In the future.
In the future.
After the big war.
This movie bombed.
There will come a time to rebuild.
I do love perspective gaffes like that.
This man is carrying a loaded
I believe this song is in the movie.
Prepare to meet the next
Yeah,
great
just
American
the
hero.
Mary Kay.
That's where you come in.
Are you serious?
His name is
Hell. Sam Hell. Never heard of you.
We're going to Frogtown.
Man,
and this
the
is
frog
the adventure he's
outfits
been
are
waiting
really
for.
great.
We're gonna get him out, and then you're gonna get him pregnant.
They should have gotten Ric Flair.
Hell of rescuing the virgins from the evil clutches of Toady.
It's a miracle.
Right. That's
It's a retelling of Wind in the Willows.
It's Sam.
Holy shit!
Be there for the action. The adventure.
Sam, what are you doing?
And be there for the dance of the three snakes.
Dance or die? We're all gonna die.
When hell
yeah.
comes to Frogtown.
Hell yeah.
Starring Roddy Piper as Sam. Sandal Bergman as Nurse Snaggle.
Oh my gosh.
Wired to blow.
Hell comes to Frogtown.
Eat lead, froggies.
Oh my
Coming
gosh.
soon to theater near you. Thank you, New World Pictures.
Sandal Bergman.
Yes. Hell Comes to Frogtown, starring Roddy Piper of They Live fame.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite movies. Like, good movies. And I love Roddy Piper as an actor.
He is. He has so much charisma.
He's got good comedic timing.
He does.
He can do the action scenes.
Watching that trailer, I suddenly had the realization that to me he kind of looks like Steve Irwin, and I
Yes.
liked him so much more instantly just because of that.
Oh yeah.
So I want to read chat the synopsis of this film.
Yes.
Fair
After a worldwide nuclear war where 68% of the male population was wiped out and viral men became a rarity, I should really just need to stop there.
Viral men.
Yeah. Sam Hell, a scavenger and a highly viral man, virile man, is assigned to help rescue a group of fertile women kidnapped by humanoid frogs. So, whoever was writing that definitely had...
They shoehorned in.
They had some fantasies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this...
Oh,
Like,
that may
for
or
the
may
good
not
of
have
humanity.
involved frogs.
Oh.
that and like if the people involved in this didn't have like some kind of studio, this would have been a get-even based off what the writers wanted if they thought they could star in it, but they didn't. So like studios kind of like feels like the studios steered this one actually in the right direction, away from
You're not allowed
the
to
get-even.
star in this. Get a real
Yeah.
get a real guy.
I think what really helps this movie considerably is the fact that it manages to capture, if you crossed Mad Max with RoboCop, you got that sarcastic, like, the world is ending. Use this SP5000 sunblock that's just, thick, an inch thick. It's like, oh, the world's ending.
It's definitely some tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
It knows that it's schlock and it has so much fun with it.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
You could do a fan edit of this to take out like the overt sexual stuff, and
oh yeah,
it'd be so much
the
fun.
sex scene where he's like
Still?
looking at the other woman,
Like
and that's
not
romantic
the only
for
thing
some
the movie's
reason.
resting on. Like,
No,
it's
I think
got
there's a
good
lot of
action.
really good stuff in this one.
Mhm.
Like Roddy Piper's great. I think the main girl is great.
Sandal Bergman.
I think some of the humor actually legitimately works.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of really good special effects in this. Like the
world they set up is funny.
the premise is wild but funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big problem with the movie is that it doesn't matter if anyone consents. Like, it's about him getting them pregnant.
Yeah, it's about the human race needs to continue. So like that's the big problem where it's like, yeah,
It's like a really effed up Fallout New Vegas mod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Lessa.
Like if you could take like 70% of this film and remake it, it would be a good film.
Yeah, I think you have a classic 80s movie here.
Yeah.
It's just there's enough
grossness.
Yeah, rot that it spoils the bunch.
Yeah.
Which makes it really tough for me to know where to put it on this list.
It's so good.
I would recommend people watch this. I would give them a little warning, but I would definitely recommend people watch this.
I think for me, it sits in so bad it's good. I think the good stuff is very good for a B movie.
Yeah.
I think the rot just brings it down so much.
I think so too.
The level of lack of consent is just so
really high,
slimy and
and
gross.
it didn't need to be there. It doesn't add anything. It doesn't
make it funny.
It doesn't define characters in any meaningful way. It's just
like literally, if they just take it out, they just make a better film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does
and
drag
the film
it down.
would have had all of its funny beats. It
You
would have
have
had all of its story
Roddy Piper.
beats.
Yeah.
It's like you have a winner right there.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah,
if you
took
quit
out
trying to
the-
make it rape, like
Yeah,
please.
If you took out the consent issues, this would probably go into like actually good or high average B movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this movie, if it was just tweaked just a
got
little
some
bit,
good
I'm seeing it
action.
on the level of Big Trouble in Little China. That movie's amazing.
Yeah, it's got good action. They're ridiculous, but the frog people all like look fairly good.
Yes.
Like there's some
And it's definitely,
instances where it's like, but it's also it's an 80s film.
It's an 80s film and it's practical effects, so it
Yeah.
will never look worse.
Yeah.
As bad as whatever, it will never get worse than that.
Like that looks so much better than those new Ninja Turtle things.
I don't disagree.
All right. Hell comes to Frogtown. Next on the list is, if not the first, it's one of the first movies we watched on Bad Movie Night.
This is the one I first joined when I first was invited.
Humanoids.
Yep.
Humanoids from the Deep. 1980.
Yeah, Doug McClure.
Oh.
Doug McClure.
This is the one that I like. This is my baseline a lot of the times. This is where I like sit for bad movies.
Humanoids from the Deep.
Solid title.
Another Roger Corman.
Speaking of taint, Gymkata.
In the water. They're not human, but they hunt human women.
Just in case you were worried this wouldn't have exploitation.
Or mating. Why the girls?
Just the women.
It's my theory that these creatures are driven to mate with man now in order to further develop their incredible evolution.
Humanoids from the Deep. Anywhere you run, any place you hide, any time you stop.
Pointless explosion. Oh. Just get out of the water.
Didn't this have like a tank sequence or like big beefed up car?
I don't think so.
No, it didn't. I know the one you're talking about though. This is not that one. Man, that cover's amazing. Where'd you find that?
That cover's great.
That doesn't have Doug McClure on it at all. This is a great bad movie.
Yeah. This is my like, unfortunately, my baseline for bad movies because I really enjoy it. It's just, it also has the consent issue that Hell from Frogtown
So many
has.
do.
But this one's more palatable because you're not supposed to root for them. They're the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like you could just have them coming up onto shore and killing people. Like the mating with people doesn't really add.
Oh,
anything
and the
to
mating with the
movie.
women thing wasn't original to the script. That was added in for more sexploitation.
Yeah. Like that like.
Yeah, it's very obviously shoehorned in
Yeah.
after the fact.
It's, like I said, it's slightly more palatable because it's not like you're not supposed to root for this person like Hell Comes from Frogtown is.
Yeah, they're monsters.
Yeah, they're monsters. They're doing monstrous things, so it's not as bad, but
Yeah,
it's
at least
the same
they are the
problems.
bad guys.
But
besides that,
But yeah, it is unnecessary and doesn't fit.
yeah, besides that, it's a solid like 80s horror film.
Mm-hmm. It's
80s
honestly
monster
not
horror.
the worst introduction to the bad movie watching experience.
The acting is quite poor.
Yep.
I think overall. Also, didn't this one have some Native American stereotyping as well?
Oh yeah, this was definitely the one
Yeah, we
where
drank
I
some
got
water
out the
for
book
this
and I was
one.
like, okay, guys, we drink water for
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah. It did. I forgot about that, but yeah, it
I
does
did
have
too.
that.
That was right at the
Yeah.
beginning too.
Yeah.
Well, that is sort of the main plot of the movie, actually. Like the humanoids from the deep are kind of messing things up, but it's mainly about this Native American trying to claim this land, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
because obviously we need so many plot lines that never come to fruition.
Honestly, this movie would have been fixed if the humanoid from the deep just killed the bad people.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but
Now you're the good
Oh
guy.
gosh, but that's the scene with the boats and then like the fire on the water and like people just like screaming their heads off and just gently sliding down this 45-degree slope with so many handholds. It's so funny.
quite contrary is right. There are a lot of dead dogs in this one as
Yeah,
well.
we poured one out for the dead dogs.
We did.
And for the one-legged seagull.
Yeah, very enjoyable as a movie. Some good, solid effects, I think. Brought down by some bad acting, some bad script writing.
The acting is so bad, it's funny to watch, though.
It is. I think
will
it's
say
so
that.
bad it's good.
It's entertainingly
Yeah.
bad.
It's the good kind of bad, which is like you laugh because it's bad. It's not boring bad.
Yeah, it's not Gedivan.
Yeah. That's just,
I don't like seeing that guy talk.
No.
No.
Not at all.
He talks like he keeps eating his mustache and they have to keep reapplying it.
Ugh.
Oh, Lessa.
That sounds so accurate.
Oh, Lessa. That made me think about how many times we would have had to reapply it during the sex scenes.
Oh no. No.
Oh, the next movie.
Speaking
Get
of
us out
sex
of here.
scenes,
Oh, God.
Oh no.
we have another Neil Breen classic.
Oh,
Yes. It's pretty bad when Neil Breen is a palate cleanser.
Honestly, I'd watch Neil Breen over Gedivan.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
I would
yes.
ask anybody to watch Neil Breen over
Not
Gedivan.
the way I intended my experiment.
I am here now.
Creating this planet
Oh, yeah.
and this human species to go.
Man, the man loves his cool rocks, doesn't he?
As do
The
I.
magical
Me too.
paperweight.
I love this. Craft services by Neil Breen, too.
Neil Breen loves the rocks almost as much as he loves himself.
Hey!
We all have the best of intentions of improving the nation's sustainable and environment, but the corruption and greed in big business and government just won't let it happen.
Big business and government.
Hey, that's a reasonable VFX for a Neil Breen film.
Yep.
Came from the Halloween store.
You can tell he has progressed as a filmmaker.
Oh, look at the motherboard taped to his
Yes.
chest.
Yes.
The species understand.
Yes.
What's with the doll head skulls?
Respect yourselves. Live in peace.
Oh, he's learning more visual tricks.
He goes, ugh.
Ugh.
He's an alien. Just landed.
Why?
Neil Breen of Notre Dame.
Oh my gosh. I want to go to Las Vegas. I want to make it tax deductible. Time
Neil
to make
Breen.
a movie.
Is
I am here.
I am here. Oh no! Don't ruin All Might with that. Ugh. Hold on, I gotta
amazing.
clear that taste out of my
I
mouth.
am here now. So when I first saw Double Down, it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. But when I heard he had done other movies, I was like, well, it either can't be as good or it's going to be like exactly the same thing and he's going to bad bin it.
Yeah.
Before I knew what Badman was. But then I saw I Am Here Now, and my fears were lifted.
Generational director.
Because he had the magic more than once. That's the Tommy Wiseau thing, where like The Room is great, but most of the other stuff that he's been a part of is not worth watching.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They told him. They told him, and it ruined it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Neil Breen has not yet been ruined.
I'm not sure you could.
I hope not.
I wish there should be a case study where like a psychologist like sits down and breaks down Neil Breen. I would read the hell out of that.
I want
to know
read...
if it's like an ego trip that his ego's so massive that
I want
he
to
can't
read
be
the
told how bad it
PhD
is.
theses.
Yeah.
If that's the correct term for
Yeah,
multiple theses.
Yeah. Like,
or what
of
if he's the
people that
guy
were like
that
Neil
just
Breen?
is so in love
What?
with the medium
Yeah,
that
that
he
he
wants to
can't-
tell these crazy, amazing stories and such, and he just doesn't have the personal talent to act it, and he can't get anyone else to do it.
well,
He'd have to
there's
pay
one
them.
there's one problem with your point there is amazing stories. None
Oh.
of the stories are amazing.
Well, they're probably amazing inside his head. Like
yeah, maybe.
if
maybe
he
it's-
could show you instead of having to tell you he's the greatest hacker in the world.
Well,
If you
it'd probably
told
be
it-
pretty
I think
cool,
he,
right?
He loses like the scope. He wants to talk about all of the evil, so he ends up doing just massive, generalized, huge sweeps of concepts.
Yeah, he's trying to do Dune,
Yeah.
Yes.
but he has the budget and the capacity to do
The Room
yes.
or Food Fight.
Try to do Dune with.
but yeah,
what's it called?
his
Footage
movies
that
are
other people-
Stock footage. Stock footage Dune.
Yeah.
his movies are like asking AI to talk to me about conspiracies.
But you haven't trained the AI yet.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like you just come to a fresh AI that knows nothing,
You've given it the dictionary.
and it just spits out words at you.
There you go.
You realize Neil Breen managed to make things that looked like they were created by AI before we knew what that looked like really personally.
I don't think he's managed to make anything look like anything.
He can't even look like a man. No.
Be careful what you say. He knows our address.
He's a fantastic man, and I hope he continues to make movies.
I hope he continues
Till
to
the end
make
of time.
movies too, just so I can continue to go back and be like, all right, what I just watched was not that bad.
We'll be okay.
Hey, and Twisted Paris apparently award-winning. I haven't even
no,
seen it yet.
No, Cade the Tortured
Cade.
Cross.
Oh, Cade the Tortured Cross. Yeah.
The sequel.
The sequel.
The sequel to Twisted Pair.
Twisted Pair just sounds painful.
I'm so freaking excited to watch that.
We talked about this on Blind Wave podcast, but I can't think of another filmmaker who has 5 such bangers in a row.
You're right.
Using
And
the
possibly
word,
6.
5 for 5.
Using the word banger in this context is just so crazy.
So good. All right.
I'm living in a bizarro upside down world right now.
Welcome.
My regular brain is fighting so hard against how much fun some of this is. It's just such a constant like clash.
Oh, it's so good.
We don't have much time, so I want to get to hopefully the next 2 or 3.
Oh man, Lifeforce is
let's
the naked
speed run
female
these.
alien one, isn't it?
Yeah,
I have not seen this one.
I'm shocked if this doesn't have nudity because I don't think she had clothes on for the whole movie.
No,
but
she
I guess
didn't.
we'll see.
She was.
Lifeforce, 1985.
I think I can hide screen if nudity pops up very quickly.
They watched. They waited. Now their time has come. Out of the depths of space, the ultimate terror. Moving, searching, destroying. From body to body, from life to life, from man to woman. Changing, growing, burning for our life force.
The burner, itching. Dracolex.
The shot with the eyes there is really cool.
Some of the like space scenes looked really good too.
Yeah, I've definitely never seen
I think this is like the best trailer of anything that we've watched. Like actually good.
Got some side.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I don't think I saw.
Oh, you haven't seen this?
You haven't seen
I don't
this?
think so. No.
It had Patrick Stewart in it too for like 15 minutes.
Yep.
Was he aware?
From the director of Poltergeist. From the special effects creator of Star Trek, the motion picture.
Yeah,
Lifeforce.
and you can tell.
In the blink of an eye, the terror begins.
Art Deco. Lifeforce.
So, Naked Space Vampire, the movie. Yes, also has Patrick Stewart in it as well. A good one, I think. Like, it's a sci-fi horror movie that is a well-made movie.
Yes.
Like cinematography, direction, I think all that stuff is fine and good. I remember the music being pretty good. And like all that technical stuff, it's well above a Neil Breen or anything of that level for sure.
It's legitimately a pretty. I mean, there's quite a bit of the movie that you just spend watching her nakedly walk around, and like, I forget how she does it. She like just touches guys or something, and then that sucks their life force out. It was just like a light transfer.
Yep.
So mostly it's just the director being able to watch this really hot, completely naked woman just walk around in this office building.
I think also she plays it very well. Like it kind of reminds me of Arnold as the Terminator, where she is playing this like emotionless, non-human being, and she feels ethereal at times. I think.
Wasn't there like a movie that was basically the Terminator, but
it was female?
Terminator was
Lady Terminator?
Lady Terminator? Yeah, that's
Is that
probably
the one you're thinking of?
yeah.
Which is more alien, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Although it's been a while.
I mean, honestly, the concept sounds pretty cool as like reparations for how bad movies treat women in general, until it's like, we're gonna make her naked the whole time, and then it's like, there we went
There
back
you
to the
go.
bad
We
movie
found a
thing.
way to exploit them anyways.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, like Arnold got clothes pretty early in Terminator.
Well, he's a guy. You couldn't objectify him that much for that long, but it's a girl. Do it.
Drive off the men from watching it. Most of them.
You could have
Some of
kept
them.
Arnold shirtless. I wouldn't have complained.
Just put him in his bodybuilding thong.
Yeah.
Your tongue. Give it to me.
Oh my gosh.
So if it's been a while since I've seen this one, I've only seen it once, but I do remember it being boring in some places. Although the good like cinematography and things helps with that, but it is slow in parts.
It has quite a bit of slowness right in the middle.
Yeah.
The beginning, like space stuff, is the coolest bit, and the very end when they're actually like trying to fight it and such, it drops. Like it doesn't end like in a cool way. I'm pretty sure they just stab her with something.
Aw.
Or do something like really, really simple and basic.
Yeah, it's
Or
not.
just shoot her
It's
or
not
something.
super satisfying.
It's not cool and satisfying like the alien. They found the ship, or I don't know. They didn't come up with anything cool.
So where do you guys think it sits?
I'm between average B movie and boring.
Yeah, I mean, I think it sits in the low end of average B movie.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think Barbed Wire's way better than that.
Barbed Wire was good.
More enjoyable.
I was very surprised by Barbed Wire. I was like going into that thinking, this is gonna be snooze
It's
fest.
just been tits and ass, basically. You think?
And it was so
look
much
at
better.
it.
It was so much better than that.
And then it's great.
All right, the next one. I own a shirt. I own it on Blu-ray.
Oh, I know what this one is.
I own the album.
Oh.
It is Miami Connection, which has a reaction here on the Blind Wave channel over on YouTube. So go and check that out if you haven't. You'll definitely want to after watching this trailer.
Oh, Vinegar Syndrome doing God's work.
Honestly, this music betrays what the film is so bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to my club, Park Avenue, Central Florida's hottest nightclub. We have a special treat for you today. We have a new house band with a new dimension in rock and roll. We have the one, the only Dragon Sound.
100% go to a Dragon Sound concert.
Pity the only one I know about was in Texas. We've got to get the song for the karaoke, babe.
You should.
Yeah.
Oh. Ninjas!
Loyalty, honesty.
Stick together through thick or thin.
The complete opposite of Get Even.
Yes. Yeah. It's wholesome.
This is such a bopper.
It's based on it's basically a musical almost.
Yeah.
We are following this band of Taekwondo experts.
Taekwondo. That movie.
And it's exactly as awesome as that sentence makes it sound.
Fighting against a group of ninjas.
Against the ninja, you might
Against
say.
the ninja. It is absolutely tremendous. Thank you, YK Kim, for your contributions. And it's such a sweet story, too, because he was a martial arts coach and, wanted to make a movie. So he took a great deal of his own money and he made this thing that never got released. And he was, broken up about it, super disappointed. And then eventually, I think it's Vinegar Syndrome.
Vinegar Syndrome found it.
Yeah. Who
found
it and restored it and was like, this has to go out to people.
We have
Is
to show this
absolutely
to people.
amazing.
When they tried to contact YK Kim in order to get his interview, special features, that sort of thing for the movie, he hung up on them.
Yeah.
Aww.
Because he was so traumatized by people making fun of it
But now he embraces it and they had a reunion concert like Maggie alluded to before. It's just
also that poster or cover art right there for this movie is awesome.
It's top tier.
Look at
does
those
not-
colors.
so good.
It is so
it's
cool.
beautiful. Vinegar
I was
Syndrome
looking
does
for it.
good work.
This song is legitimately in my Spotify liked
Yes.
playlist.
Yep.
I listen to it.
It is. It
semi-frequently.
is so hype.
Stick together through
Thick or thin. This is maybe the definition of cream of the crop for me.
It might almost actually be good though. Almost.
It even has a character that looks like Rick when he was 20.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because all of the main actors are good martial artists. There's a lot of really good martial arts stuff in this film.
Yeah,
It's just
because
not shot
he used
well.
all of his own students
Yeah.
to populate the movie.
It's not shot well.
It's not
There's
shot
some
well.
goofy, funny moments, but
Yeah.
they don't really. I don't think they
It's
do
got
any of the
all the
too
heart.
much exploitative stuff.
Yeah, they don't do any the really bad.
Yeah.
There's very little water drinking in this.
Yeah.
I would say it's a musical, less technically sound version of The Last Dragon, if you've ever seen The Last Dragon. And I might say The Last Dragon is actually good, maybe. And maybe this does fall as more of a cream of the crap.
I think it's cream of the crap.
I think it's cream of the
because
crap.
A lot of, I'll be honest, babe.
They're not, trained actors.
No, they're not. And there wasn't really a great script made. But it's funny.
It is funny.
And it was delivered with such.
It's a vehicle for fights.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
And
there's some memorable characters. Also, I would imagine a vehicle for Dragon Sound as well. I wonder if they plan to actually tour, if that was just made for the movie.
I don't know.
Oh, the guy that wrote the songs and such, the guy with the
Yeah.
curly hair, you saw him in the trailer with the shirtless doing the funny dance on top of the car.
Yeah, I definitely think this is cream of the crap. I think average B movies I would recommend to just anyone.
Sure.
I don't know if I would recommend Miami Connection.
That's
to
a good
just
call.
Anyone.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
If
I told somebody to watch Big Trouble in Little China, I would not have to give any footnotes with that. With
No.
Miami Connection, it's this is a goofy movie. It's a fun time. let them know how to watch it. And
It
it's
might be
fun.
my number one recommend of a bad movie.
Yeah, it
Because
is such an easy introduction.
So accessible.
This is why bad movies are fun.
If you came to me now that I've seen a bunch of these bad movies, and you're like, okay, I want to watch a bad movie, but like I've never really gotten into it, I would probably start you with Miami Connection.
Yeah.
Like that's the entry, and then you can like slowly work your tolerance up to get to the Neil Breens and the I'm not going to say the word, the other movie that we're just going to leave in offensively bad.
Yeah, like this is a good a litmus test to give someone, because if they can enjoy this, then they can enjoy the worst stuff.
The thing is,
Miami Connection is why you suffer through the just bad, boring, and offensively bad. Is because once in a while you find pure gold.
Literally in the garbage sometimes, as Miami Connection was found.
Miami Connection, like the cream of the crap ones, are often like, I think of those as like, fine
The dad
wine.
letter scene.
But someone that doesn't love wine might not like them, right?
Yeah.
But Miami Connection it's so good that you don't have to like build up a person's tolerance before they can see it. They can enjoy it right out of the box. It's so good.
And it gives me so much enjoyment. It's top tier. Absolutely.
It's so adorable. It's good.
Yep. Leave it right there.
Yep.
All right. Well, you probably can't find a better one to end on than that. It's reached 5 o'clock, and that's going to do it for this special edition. We'll have to
continue the road.
We'll have to finish the list at some point. But
Yeah.
if you guys enjoyed this, let us know in the comments below.
So I saw somebody ask if Bad Movie Nights were part of Patreon or Discord or something, and like, if you want something like that to happen, you gotta speak up enough. And I'm in the middle of a classic comedy tours, doing like 80s and 70s. If enough people want me to start doing bad movies in Discord, I will do those. I can't promise that any of the crew will join, but you can hang out with me at least.
It might be a fun Beyond stream or something. We might be able to set something up.
We should have a bad movie night at WaveCon. Oh, and Huntley just said it too.
There is a projector in the G spot.
Man,
you could probably.
I'll be honest,
Yeah.
people. We're not gonna watch a movie like Get Even that has like gratuitous sex scenes, because I just don't want to sit in a room with 40 people watching sex scenes for 50 minutes.
No. We'd watch
That's
something like
uncomfy.
Miami Connection.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like I don't know, Hell Comes to Frogtown, something like that. We're gonna go in the So Bad It's Good or Cream of the Crap or
Yeah.
average B movie.
We'll find something. But yeah, that could be a lot of fun. If you are interested in coming on down to WaveCon, head to blindwave.com/WaveCon for more information. It's going to be a good time. That is August 2nd through the 4th. And what was the other thing I had to plug? Oh, if you do want to watch Blindwave react to some of these movies, make sure you go to blindwave.com/recommendations, and you can create an account there for absolutely free. Select 3 TV shows and movies. 3 TV shows and 3 movies that we use that list in order to figure out what it is that we're going to put in polls or just pick up and react to. So more bad movies there. We'll let the other guys know. The people desire it.
I better see like a huge uptick in the Neil Breen recommendations after this.
And if you did have your recommendations in the past, make sure you go and double check, because when we added the 3 movies and 3 TV shows, all of the previous recommendations had to get wiped for that update to come through. So just go through and double check to make sure it's all there so that we have it all.
Indeed. I have no news for the Hint Hunt community because I did not realize that was so soon. So we'll see what happens. All right. I think that's going to do it. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Maggie, Lessa, and Jake, for talking about bad movies.
Thank you, Rick.
Great.
And we'll see you at some point.
Bye.
Bye, guys.